in a financially and fiscally constrained environment, we need to ensure that we have all the skills, capacities, and we try to be innovative about how we do it so that we can deliver to the people of this country. And your last point, I agree with you 200%. The state must be able to fund and pay for all our services. And if we don't have the levels of corruption in this country where people are stealing blind from the people of this country, we shouldn't have to go to anybody for any support.
Honorable Malema.
No, thanks, Chair. I was not going to ask any question, but I've got a big problem where you earlier said you don't need money, you are sorted, maybe in the future years you'll need money, and then you go and take money in kind from the Germans. That is a huge contradiction. Because if there was a need for any kind of training to be provided by NPA, you would have budgeted for that to avoid getting money from foundations that you have not even vetted. It must be, and the most embarrassing thing, I don't know why you're doing this to us. Maybe I was saying to one of my colleagues here, you are really answering like a person who's going on retirement. It's like you don't care. You don't care what happens. How do you come here and you say you don't know who gave you 50-something million? You have not researched them? What if these people are chaired by Cat Matlala? And you are going to hear it for the first time sitting here, that you are actually receiving money in kind that goes through a foundation that is chaired by Cat Matlala. And then you say, I don't know. I don't know that. For an institution like NPA, you ought to take very serious who becomes your partner, both in monetary terms and even in kind. We were sitting here, we had evidence of Matlala being solicited to finance a presidential campaign of one of the ministers. And therefore, it can't be far that NPA can also be captured by the same people. So I'm really saying, Advocate, you have done a disservice to us. You tell us you don't need money. You are rocking. You are cruising nicely. You can try next year. Maybe other years. This year we're fine. Then you come, you say you're taking donations in kind from the Germans. And you keep on saying to us, we're not receiving any funding, as if we don't know the difference between donation in kinds and donation in money. It doesn't matter whatever form it takes. It has got monetary value, and you have accepted it after you said to us, you don't need money. To an extent that Advocate Bredenbach said, oh, we shouldn't fight for you in the Justice Department for more money. Because it should be something that we pride ourselves with, that we don't take money from foreign countries for the sake of our own sovereignty as a state, especially an institution like NPA. The last point I want to make again, Advocate, you say, we ask you about Maumela. It's such a huge case. Actually, we must be embarrassed that cars are taken, houses are paraded, and all of that. There's no criminal case. And then we ask you, when are you coming for Maumela? You say, when police are ready. That is a pure, completely pure than white corruption case of a hospital called Tembisa. Why should we be told about police when IDEC deals with those matters? It is IDEC that should have actually even developed an interest on its own, that this is too huge to be left. These are the kind of cases we want. As a head of NPA that IDEC falls under, surely you should have developed an interest and said to IDEC, 680 million gone to skinny jeans, a hospital ordering skinny jeans, and a head of NPA, it doesn't matter, head of IDEC. You are the corruption buster yourself, because all of them fall under you. You should be able to say, come here. What happened with this case of people buying patients' skinny jeans? Because when we go to hospitals, we normally get those gowns which are open at the back. What does a patient do with a skinny jean? That should have been an issue of interest for a corruption pastor. We asking you, what are we doing up? We say, no, when police are ready, when it's ripe, then it will come to us and all of that. That's not a matter to be left to police. That's a typical example of cases that IDEC should be dealing with, not human resource. We have a case here, a big case of human resource, that a CV does not have an address or something like that. It's a criminal case. But here is a case of 680 million, close to 1 billion, only that which we can account for now. And worse, through this body, not asset forfeiture unit, the one of Kaiser Khanyawa and them. SIU. We hear from SIU that we are now sitting at almost 680 million. That's what SIU can uncover. Imagine if IDEC is there, crime intelligence is there, we're going to get more than 1 billion of one individual involved in corruption. The head of NPS says, well, we don't know, we'll wait for the police. That's so disappointing to tell the truth. Thanks.
If I can deal with that, there are two parts. Firstly, on the German funding, just to say that this project was a long time coming. It's not like we initiated it now. It's probably taken about 3 to 4 years to come to fruition. So it started at a time when we really needed the funding. So, you know, it took about 3 or 4 years before that came to fruition. It's not a new thing. So on the issue of IDAC, I agree with you that these are the kinds of cases that IDAC should be doing. IDAC has got limited resources at the moment. They are barely able to deal with the cases that they want. And I think this is the role of this committee, would be to strengthen IDAC, to give them the resources and all of the capacities, capabilities that they need. Because I agree with you completely. This is the kind of case that IDAC should be investigating. Thank you.
So can you please withdraw your earlier statement that you don't need funding? You are sorted because now you just confirmed you need funding. IDEC is funded through you. You
I
need
withdraw
money.
that
And
statement.
please withdraw the earlier statement that you don't need money.
I do withdraw that statement.
Thank you.
To the end of this session. We are going to do like, welcome, Chief Whip, the Night Rider. We are going to break. And I want to bring it to your attention that I have made the following observation. When we come back to the sessions after this break, you come back highly energized. And sometimes it delays us unnecessarily. I'm just saying to you that if there is anything that makes you to take an overdose of energy, just reduce it. Tomorrow you still have the medium-term budget policy statement.